On September 11, 2018, the Farmers Branch City Council voted to approve the city manager's proposed budget for the upcoming term. This video presentation summarizes the now approved 2018-2019 budget for the city of Farmers Branch. Enjoy. One of the most sacred duties that a government can undertake is to be responsible stewards of public money. That's why the annual budget process is one of the most important functions undertaken at City Hall each year. This year is no different, as increased revenues are giving the city unique opportunities to update and protect city infrastructure, take steps to ensure competitive salaries and benefits for public safety, and compensate our top-flight city staff to keep them here in Farmers Branch working hard on your behalf. Speaking of working hard, few people have been working harder on this budget than Farmers Branch Finance Director Sherelle Evans-Jones. In concert with her staff, the city manager's office, and department heads, Sherelle has had a hand in every segment of the budget preparation process right down to July 30th, when the city manager delivered the proposed budget to the mayor and city council, a day ahead of the deadline prescribed by city charter. Following that, throughout August and September, the mayor and council will engage in a number of special presentations, discussions, and a public hearing in an effort to thoroughly understand and consider all facets of the proposed budget before voting on it later in September. Then, when the dust settles, the new fiscal year will begin October 1st. So for this 30,000-foot overview of the City of Farmers Branch proposed budget for fiscal year 2018-2019, we're going to be talking about three major things. First, revenues, that is what we're making money from. Then expenditures, what we plan to be spending money on. And finally, other stuff, that is things that are not revenues or expenditures, but stuff you need to know about. And we know your time is valuable, so we're going to do it in under 5 minutes. So, here we go. At $61.8 million, anticipated general fund revenues in the new fiscal year are up 8.3%, or $4.8 million from the previous year. So here's what we expect to make money from. Property values in Farmers Branch continue the trend of recent years, surging up 9.2% to $5.5 billion, with an expected increase of $2 million in property tax revenue. That's actually on par with other areas, as Dallas County overall saw a 9.8% jump. Likewise, sales tax revenue is also expected to rise by $1.1 million to a total of $14.7 million. Then, to understand the huge growth in building permit revenue, all you have to do is look at the single-family home construction on the west side of the city. That and continued growth in new construction of apartments and townhomes has building and other related permits projected at $4.9 million. And here's the headline. Even though you approved a 2-cent increase on the property tax rate when you voted in $15 million in bond programs last November, this budget proposes to absorb that 2-cent increase and in fact lower your property tax rate by a bit more than a quarter penny to 59.9507 cents for every $100 of valuation. That quarter cent plus drop is the first time in 35 years that the tax rate has been lowered. That's how we're making money in the coming year. Now let's take a look at what we plan to spend it on. Anticipated expenditures are $61.8 million, representing an 8.6% increase over the previous year. Some of the expenditures of interest are proposed to include $261,000 to construct and light a dog park, $212,000 for replacement of the 18-year-old HVAC system at the Justice Center, $230,000 to purchase a new ambulance, $1.2 million in projects to shore up city infrastructure along creeks in Farmers Branch, $1.2 million in salary adjustments for the city's merit-based compensation system and market-based step adjustments for police and fire departments, $6 million in non-debt pay-as-you-go funding for major improvements to the outdated and undersized City Service Center, $3.8 million for 2014 voter-approved bond-funded street improvements, $5.1 million for relocation of Fire Station Number 2 from its remote location on Spring Valley Road to a corner of Holiday Park near Brookhaven College. And those 2017 voter-approved bond projects are coming home to roost, again without a tax rate increase. Those include the first $3.1 million of the approved $7 million for trails projects and $600,000 of the approved $4 million for residential revitalization, with $4 million in Pike Street station area improvements still to come. When it comes to personnel, this budget has been proposed without the addition of any full-time positions to the city staff. The elephant in the room is the aging water and sewer infrastructure, some of which dates back to the origins of the city. As older lines begin to fail, expense to the city will be significant unless proactive steps are taken to modernize the system. In addition, the city is facing a rate increase from the Trinity River Authority for wastewater treatment. To that end, this budget includes a 6% water and sewer rate increase, to include a $1 million per year initiative to improve sanitary sewer lines throughout the city. For the average residential water consumer of 6,000 gallons, the difference will be an extra $4.39 per month. Finally, you should know that the grand total for this budget is $132 million, with the largest increases represented by those capital projects funded through voter-approved bond dollars and supplemented with pay-as-you-go funding fueled by growth. No doubt you have other questions. That's why we've made the budget document super easy to find. Hard copies are available at the Manske Library, Justice Center, and right here at City Hall. Or you can go to farmersbranchtx.gov/budget to access the document online. The Council will discuss the budget during their regularly scheduled study sessions in August and September and in a special workshop. A public hearing on the budget will take place at the Council meeting of Tuesday, September 11th. Finally, the Council will vote on the proposed budget that same night after the public hearing on Tuesday, September 11th. For additional information on the budget process or any city function, visit farmersbranchtx.gov.